Hi, my name is Ariane and welcome to my first ever booktube video. Today I'll be doing the booktube newbie tag, as this seems to be the rite of passage for everyone in the booktube community. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? I wanted to start this channel because I really wanted a way to engage more with the community and be able to discuss my latest reads. I want to push myself to engage in readathons and even do some buddy reads, although I have no idea how to do them. I keep going in and out of reading slumps, and I hope that this channel will be able to give me the push I need to reignite my love for reading and prevent any more reading slumps from happening. I also want a place to be able to track my reading, and this will hopefully help me remember the books I read, especially for series. Whenever I'm reading a series, I always forget what happens in it, especially when I'm waiting for the latest book, so I have to reread the whole series all over again. And even if it's for a series I really love, like School for Good and Evil series, which somewhere up here, I remember having to reread the first book, which I admit is not the strongest. It really hindered my enjoyment of the series, rereading it so many times. Writing book reviews will hopefully help me remember what goes on in the book without losing my excitement for the series. The second question is the dreaded question. What are some fun and unique things that you can bring to YouTube? Well, since I usually buy my books from charity shops, I tend to read older backlist titles. This kind of makes my monthly reads a little more random, and hopefully I'll be able to find some hidden gems that more of the community can discover and love. Another thing is that I will not focus entirely on the normal books. For example, I love to read manga and webtoons, and I just love bullet journaling. I also like to make little crafts, like sometimes I make my own little books, and I make those little DIY craft kits. For example, this one. My great aunt gave me a set, and it's just so cute. It was the first thing I made, so it's a bit messed up, but you know, it's still cute. I love it. The next question is, what are you most excited about for your new channel? I'm just really excited to interact more with the community and meet some more like-minded people. Everyone here is just so kind and supportive, and I really can't wait to meet everyone. I want to be able to share my thoughts and opinions about books and hopefully connect with people over that. And the next one is, why do you love reading? I really love how books have the power to change us, especially mentally. Whenever I'm feeling sad or down or just in a dark place, I love to curl up in bed with an old favourite or even a new read and just lose myself in the world. I find that whenever I do that, I'm able to come back to my usual happy self in no time, and it's great. Books teach us so much about the world, exposing us to new thoughts and cultures and opinions and even new ways of thinking, and it helps bring people together who've read the same book and just want to gush about it. And my utmost favourite thing about reading is how it just makes me feel so productive. Whenever I just finish binging on a drama or an anime or a TV show, I just feel like, oh no, I've wasted my day. But surprisingly, when I spend all day reading a book like The Poppy War, I finished that in one night, I just feel so productive, like, yes, I have made something of myself. The fifth question is, what book or series got you into reading? The first series I remember reading is the Rainbow Magic series. I guess that means fantasy's always been my favourite genre. The concept of series didn't really click in my head when I was younger, so I just picked up any random fairy book and just started reading. I adored the series when I was younger, and I always wished I could go join them and go on their fairy adventures together. Another series I remember reading is A Series of Unfortunate Events. Oh, that was my favourite series ever. I've never actually read the whole series in a chronological order, but I have read it all in random order. That kind of counts, right? I hope to one day do a sort of buddy read or readathon and just binge through it all, and I really look forward to that. Up here, I am so proud that over the years I was able to slowly collect the original hardbacks. I just randomly collected them in charity shops, picking them up in random order. The sixth question is, what questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? How do you go so long without getting into any sort of reading slump? Or how do you do this so consistently? And does it get any easier? I have tried filming this first video so many times, and just before this take, I tried filming most of this video, and when I checked on my phone, I had only taken a picture, not a video. just a few pictures. Can get very frustrating, but I know it'll be worth it in the end. And the next question is, what challenges do you think starting a YouTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? The main one for me is to just put out the first video, so I am halfway done with that, so hopefully I can do it. But I know my lack of confidence will be a major obstacle for me to overcome, but I really want to try to overcome this and hopefully it'll get easier over time. Another one is consistency. I really hope I'll be able to keep up with this. Editing seems to be so hard, and I'm studying for my masters now, and I'm scared that since I have my masters I won't be able to even remember to post regularly. But with my bullet journal I think I'll be set, and hopefully if I do some batch filming it'll get easier and I'll get into the swing of things. The final thing is I constantly worry about how people will see me and judge me, especially online, and this will be another mental obstacle for me to hurdle over, but I hope that if I keep posting things that I would want to watch, it will appeal to someone. The next question is, when did you start reading? I cannot remember a time when I wasn't reading. When I was around 2 or 3, my dad used to take me and my brother swimming, and actually I wasn't old enough to swim. I started when I was 4. My brother started and I used to just watch in the background, and after that we used to go to the library and I hated it. But we kept going every single week, and then I was like, you know what, I kinda like this. So then when I got older I ended up dragging my family off to the library, and I've been going ever since. The 9th question is, where do you read? That's pretty simple for me. Almost 100% of the time, it's on my bed. It's the comfiest place for me, and it's just so warm and cozy. Sometimes I read on the sofa, or the kitchen table, anywhere that will let me hold some food while I'm reading. The last and final question is, what kind of books do you like to read? 100% fantasy. I have been trying to broaden my horizons and just dip my toe into different types of genres. I tried reading some translated novels. My first one was Battle Royale, and it was translated from Japanese here, and that is my favourite book ever. I loved it so much. Then tried another one, and because I was like, oh, maybe I really like Japanese translated books because I love manga and anime, so why not? So then I got some Haruki Murakami books, and I do not like slow-paced books, so that put me in a reading slump. So I didn't finish the books. I got IQ 84 and the Wind Up Bird Chronicles, so I put them back in my bookshelf for now, and hopefully with some training I'll be able to more appreciate slower books and appreciate character development instead of high-paced stories and stuff. And that's the end of the BookTube newbie tag. Thanks so much for getting to the end of this video, and give it a like and subscribe if you want. Bye!